Now, after washing the deceased and shrouding the deceased body, of course, it is a practice sunnah that we perfume the body. So after we've washed it and dried it, just before shrouding it, we perfume the places of sujood, his forehead, his tip of the nose, the hands, the knees, the feet. And this is why when we're carrying the deceased corpse or funeral, we can find a very beautiful and strong smell, because we are preparing it for its grave. And when we finish this, it's time to offer the funeral prayer. How is this done? And what are the benefits of offering funeral prayer? The Prophet ﷺ encouraged us to do so by saying, whoever attends a funeral until the prayer has been offered for the deceased will have 1 qirat of reward. And whoever attends until the deceased is buried will have 2 qirats. So the Prophet asked, what are the 2 qirats? The Prophet said, like 2 huge mountains. Imagine how many people in the haram, when we go to Mecca and Medina, after the prayer is over and the Imam is offering the funeral prayer, some people go and pray sunnah prayer. Akhi, are you in your right mind? You can pray sunnah prayer in the coming half an hour or an hour later, no problem. But this is huge source of reward. People are ignorant, they don't care. And again, what's the ruling on such funeral prayer? It's like washing a corpse or a deceased Muslim. It is a communal obligation. So if one person offers this funeral prayer, the whole community, the whole Muslims are exempted from sin. But if no one offers it, they're all sinful for skipping it. How to pray it? Funeral prayer is composed of 4 takbir. And the sunnah is to offer the first takbir and recite the Fatiha. Some scholars say it is sunnah to read the opening supplication, Dua ul-Istiftah. And this is mentioned in your books. But this is not the most authentic opinion. So, Sheikh, why do we skip this dua? Though we say it in all fard prayers and all sunnah prayers, scholars said, number 1, because it was not reported that the Prophet said it, alayhi salam. Number 2, because the funeral prayer is designed to be quick and short and sweet. If you extend it and prolong it by saying, Allahumma ba'id bayni wa bayna khatayai kama ba'adta bayna al-mashriqi wal-maghrib, and the whole 9 yards, that would defy the purpose of it. So the sunnah is to just say Allahu Akbar and start with the Fatiha, first takbir. The sunnah also is to raise your hands with every time you say takbir. After you finish the Fatiha, you don't recite a short surah. You go to the second takbir and say Allahu Akbar, and you offer the salutation upon the Prophet ﷺ. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid wa barik ala Muhammadin, to the end. Then you raise your hands and say the third takbir, Allahu Akbar, and you make dua for the deceased. And there are a number of du'as that the Prophet ﷺ used to say. Now, the sunnah is to say them, but if someone says, oh, I would like to say some other du'as, that's fine. Among the du'a is, Allahumma ghfir lahu warhamhu wa'afihi wa'fu anhu, which translates to, oh Allah, forgive him, have mercy on him, keep him safe and sound, pardon him, receive him with honor, to the end of the du'a. Also, among the du'as the Prophet used to say, Allahumma ighfir li hayyina wa mayyitina wa saghirina wa kabirina. Oh Allah, forgive our living and our dead, our young, our old, our males and our females, to the end of the dua. And it's all in your textbooks. And if the deceased was a female, you change the pronouns accordingly. And if the deceased was a child or a miscarriage, then you say, Allahumma ij'alhu dhukhran li walidayhi wa faratan wa ajran, which also translates to, oh Allah, make their scales weight heavily by means of his loss, increase their reward through him, join him with the righteous believers, etc. Bearing in mind that these du'as are to be said in Arabic. But if a person says, I can't memorize them, then you may recite them in English with the grace of Allah Azza wa Jal. And if someone says, I don't know anything, then just make general dua. Oh Allah, forgive him. Oh Allah, have mercy on him. Oh Allah, expand his grave. Oh Allah, make him steadfast when questioning takes place. Oh Allah, pardon him. Fill his grave with fragrance. Anything you want to make dua by, and this is fine, inshaAllah. Finally, in the fourth takbir, you say Allahu Akbar, and you pause for a while. Maybe you can make dua, Allahumma la tahrimna ajrah, wa la taftinna ba'dah, waghfir lana wa lah. This is reported as well. And then you do one salam to the right, as this is the sunnah. Some schools of thought make two salams. This is not according to the sunnah. But if you happen to do that, there is no problem.